Ariel Helwani in Las Vegas for UFC 195 alongside Carlos Condit, who meets Robbie Lawler this Saturday for the UFC welterweight title. Carlos, good to see you again. You know, the fans are they're foaming at the mouth when thinking about this fight, and I'm wondering if you're the same. Like, is this the perfect kind of opponent for you? When you think of Robbie Lawler, Carlos Condit, is this the kind of fight that gets you up?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I feel like I've been working towards this fight for my entire life, and to fight an opponent like Robbie Lawler on a New Year's card for the title, I mean, it's huge.
It's the perfect kind of opponent for you. I feel like he brings the best out of you. I'm wondering, do you recall the first time you thought, like, wow, Robbie Lawler, because you've been in the sport a long time like him, he would be a fun guy to fight?
He definitely popped up on my radar when he got back in the UFC and went down to welterweight. I used to watch him back in the day in his first run in the UFC, and I was very impressed back then. But been thinking about him quite a bit more since he's been back in the division.
Honestly, are you a little surprised by all this? I'll admit I'm surprised. Like, I didn't see this coming, him becoming champion, moving. When he was in Strikeforce, he was kind of an afterthought towards the end. What do you make of all of this?
Well, I feel like he's always been one of the most talented guys. He's always had the abilities, but sometimes guys just have to maybe get in the right headspace, maybe the right team to help pull them all together, and that's what seems to have happened.
And for you, obviously, you're making another run at the belt. You were interim champion, but this is for all the marbles. Do you even have that interim belt anywhere? Like, if it's all said and done, this fight doesn't happen, can you say that you're a UFC champion, or did you need that real one to validate your career?
I'm proud of what I've done in the sport. I've come farther than I ever thought. I was just a kid looking at a phone book trying to do some martial arts when I first started this thing, and now I'm competing on the highest levels against the best guys in the world. So anything above that is a icing on the cake. I have the belt. It's up in my son's room. I mean, it's cool, but for the history books, for everybody else, this definitely helps cement my legacy.
So that's an amazing thought, a young Carlos Condit looking through a phone book. What were your aspirations back then? I mean, you didn't maybe want to be an MMA fighter. What did you want to be when you were a kid?
A ninja of some sort.
Okay.
I just wanted, I don't know, I wanted to be a warrior, a soldier, like maybe go special forces. Yeah, something like that.
So if this didn't pan out for you, you probably would have went down the military route?
I may have, or the prison route.
Wow. Jeez. I mean, they do call you the natural born killer. So.
Yeah. I don't know. This definitely helped me focus my energy and my angst and put me on a great path.
I've noticed in the embedded videos that you've been working with Mike Dolce. Is this the first time you work with him?
Yeah, I've known him for a little while, but this is the first camp I've worked with him.
Why did you feel the need to have a nutritionist in your corner?
Well, my nutrition has always been pretty good. I know what to eat. I know how to eat. I know how to cook. But what Mike did is really help me structure it in a way that has worked out really well for me.
And he wasn't with you all the time, though, right? So does he give you like certain tips and then he leaves? How does that work?
He came out for a little while, basically kind of saw what I was doing, and what I was eating was fine, but he just, like I said, helped structure it. Okay, this is what we're eating, this is when we're eating it. Just gave me a little bit of more of an outline than I was using.
Did you watch his fight against Rory MacDonald?
I did.
What's going through? Because when I watch someone like Robbie Lawler come back like that and have this huge gash on his lip, I'm like, that's an unbelievable fight. It's also somewhat of a crazy person. You're like, I don't have that in me. You have that in you. What's your reaction when you watch something like that go down?
It was entertaining. It was inspiring. But yeah, I'm a human too. I'm watching two guys just beating the holy shit out of each other, looking like zombies. Literally, I thought they looked like zombies fighting each other. And I was a little queasy. That was a lot of blood for me.
Wow.
And
yeah, for you?
For me, yeah. I mean, if it's my blood and I'm in there, it's not a big deal. But watching it, I'm like, ugh.
So people see that, like, the expectations. They see that fight. They see your fights. I think they're expecting more in this fight. I think they're expecting even crazier, even more blood. Do you want that, or are you hoping for a quick fight, like a Conor McGregor 13-second and get the heck out of there?
I'm ready for whatever. Of course, I want to get in there. I want to hit and not get hit. I want to fight smart. I don't want to take a whole lot of damage. But whatever. I'm willing to, put it all on the line. I'm all in on this fight. This is my shot to get the title, and I'm willing to go to any lengths.
Seems like there's a bit of a Jackson's party here as well. A couple of Jackson fighters on this card. John is going to be here. I hear John Jones. Holly's going to be here. They're all coming to support you, the Albuquerque guy. That's got to feel good, right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man. We have a great crew around us. We support each other. We train together, and yeah, I'm excited for them to. I'm excited to be able to perform in front of champions like that.
When I say the name Donnell Wade, what comes to mind?
That was my only pro boxing fight that I lost a split decision on. I cut weight. I was actually supposed to fight Donald Cerrone in a boxing fight, and something got lost in communication. The guy didn't show up, or he didn't even know he had the fight. I've told him about it. He's like, I never know I was supposed to fight you. And I'd cut weight to like 152, and then this other guy was like, oh, well, this guy will fight you. He's a 185er, big old boy. And my coach was like, sure, go ahead and fight him. And I lost a split decision.
Do you know what he's doing now, Donnell Wade?
Nope, no idea.
I was talking to Lenny Fresquez, who I believe was the promoter for that match. He is Holly Holm's agent, and he says he actually speaks to him sometimes. And I think he's rooting for you because that could be his claim to fame, that he beat the UFC welterweight champion.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it was my one boxing match. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was quite a bit of a mismatch, but cool, right on. I mean, all those fights, my amateur boxing, that fight, every single one of them has led here. It's shaped me and helped me to develop my skills and develop my psychological game to be here competing. So I'm grateful and thankful for everybody that stepped in there against me and helped me get here.
And when I spoke to you in November at the gym in Albuquerque, you sort of dropped this nugget at the very end of our interview, and then I cut it short. And you said that this is it. This is your last run. This is the last one in you. Can you expand on that? Do you really feel like this is it for you?
Could be. It could be. I feel like I'm towards the end of my career, and I'm kind of coming up to this fight being a climax in my career. And I'm all in. I'm all in on this fight. I'm not looking towards anything else. It's this one. I mean, I really feel it's an all or nothing for me.
Wow. Can't wait for it. Best of luck to you. Thank you for the time.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.